Welcome to practice, everybody. My name's Ari, just in case we've never met before. And for today's practice, you will need 2 blocks. So make sure you've got 2 blocks at home when you're watching this. I definitely recommend investing them if you don't have them. They're invaluable tools for your practice, okay? Now, today's journey, I really just want to focus on Warrior 3. Warrior 3 is quite challenging when done well, okay? So yes, it's a balancing pose, but also it really requires hamstring lengthening and core activation and an understanding of kind of filling the area of the back of the kidneys. So we'll be going through all that as we get through the practice today, okay? So as usual, if you've got any injuries or anything going on, you're going to take it easy and just do what you need to do. But there's lots of little details in the practice. So when you're ready, you're going to come to sit on your heels and you're going to rest your hands on your thighs, closing down your eyes. You'll have your blocks close by, and especially one of them, because we'll use that in a second. Tune into your breath. Just arriving on your mat. Remember, the breath is the most important part of your experience today. Also, the attention to detail, your focus, your presence. When you're ready, bring your hands in front of your heart in this gesture of balance, Anjali Mudra. Press your palms together, feel the energy lift through the spine and through the crown of your head. Now, if you'd like to set an intention, a focus, an offering, you could do that now. And then once you've done that, everyone, just gently open your eyes and release your hands. Have a good practice. Get a hold of your block. Place it long ways between your hands. Press your thumb pad, index, middle finger, ring finger into the side of the block. And your arms are straight, okay? Send the inner part of your elbow up towards the ceiling a little bit so your triceps spin down towards the floor. Now the shoulders glide down. The rib cage draws in, and I want you to think of these pelvic bones at the front lifting towards your lower ribs. So in that way, your tailbone lengthens down towards the mat. So rib cage in, tailbone down. Now when you're ready to inhale, start to lift the block up above your head. Now notice if all of a sudden the rib cage stuck out, the belly stuck out, the bum stuck out. And if that happens, you're going to need to remind the tailbone to lengthen down, belly in, rib cage in. Maybe the arms need to lower a little bit for that to happen. So I want you to draw your navel back to your spine and imagine this area at the back of your kidneys being quite full, okay? So just moving that energy back there. Now keep lifting the energy up through your arms. So you're extending from your hips through the side ribs. You're extending from the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. You keep propelling energy up, lifting the block up. And your arms are strong. Now spin your triceps forwards towards the front and just think of hugging your arms close towards your head. The breath is still calm in and out of the nose. We haven't lost that already, hopefully. Vajrasana with a block. Now on your next exhalation, just start to lower the block down, but as you do that, the crown of the head will lift up. And you'll move the block just to the top corner of your mat, and you'll come into tabletop. So make sure your blocks are always within just reaching distance. Your hands now underneath your shoulders, your knees below your hips. Let's just connect with breath and warm into the spine. Now as you inhale, tuck under the tail, zip up the belly, press your palms down, round your upper back, bring the chin to the chest. Then as you exhale, allow the belly to dip, feel the heart move forwards and up and spin your triceps back. Inhale, tailbone tucks, belly lifts, palms press, spine rounds, bring the chin to the chest. As you exhale, allow the belly to dip, feel the heart move forwards and up through straight arms. Again, inhale, coiling the energy in and up to center. Exhale, belly dips, heart forwards and up, expand from center. Now come back to center. So the belly draws in again to the spine, the rib cage moves up into the spine, the tailbone's lengthening away from the crown of your head. Now keep all that, sliding your shoulders to your feet, just tuck under your right toes. Extend your right leg straight with the heel reaching away from your head. So wake up your right quadriceps, so make sure the kneecaps lifted, the quadriceps engaged, and even think of your inner thigh of your right leg being nice and bright. Now pick up your right foot off the floor until your heel's in line with your hip. So not too high, not too low, just in line with your hip, and check that all your toes are pointed down. Now take your left hand to your lower back, the palm will face up, and feel if you've got a big dip in your lower back. And if you do, it means take your left hand to your belly, draw it up into the spine, and try to feel that area of your kidneys again at the lower back. Now take your left arm forwards, palm facing in like you're squeezing one half of that block. Inhale, get long from heel to fingertips and crown. And then exhale, bring left elbow to right knee, switch on your core. Inhale, lengthen and extend, wake up the back leg. Then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen and extend. And then exhale, elbow to knee. This time, inhale, lengthen and extend. As you exhale, just return your hand and knee to the floor. We'll just do this with the other side. Tuck under the left toe, start slowly, straighten out your left leg, drive the heel back away from the crown. So make sure you're not already collapsing anywhere. Even here, the belly's in, the rib cage is in, the shoulders slide back, your neck has got space. Lift that left quad, make it active. And lift your left foot until your heel's in line with your hip. You can kind of feel it out. Now your left hip wants to be level with your right hip. Take your right hand to your lower back, palm faces up. I want you to feel that the lower back's like a table, flat. Take your right hand to your belly, zip it up, filling that area of the kidneys. Take the right arm forwards, palm facing in. Strong line from heel to crown to fingertips. Inhale. When you exhale, bring right elbow to left knee. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. This time, inhale, lengthen and extend. Exhale, return the hand and knee to the floor. Tuck under your toes, take an inhale, lift the chest, prepare. Downward facing dog. As you exhale, straighten out the legs and travel back. Now it's our first downward dog, so make movements or adjustments. Actively pressing into the palms, the knuckles, the fingertips. Now keep those arms strong, like you're squeezing the block, the imaginary block between your arms. Now send your hips way back. Now even here, try not to flare your rib cage down. Lift it up, lift the belly in. Gently pick up the frontal pelvic bones even here and send your hips way back. Try to send the heels down. Just get into the stretch in the backs of your legs. Now start to lift your heels. Tuck under the tailbone. Imagine a wave moving through the spine to bring you forwards to a plank position. Now find a strong line from heels to crown again. So wake up those legs, lifting the quads, moving your tailbone to your feet. So your pelvis is still lifting gently to the lower ribs here. Now feel the space between your shoulder blades. Continue to reach the sternum and crown away from your feet. Now inhale. As you exhale, shift slightly forwards, bend your elbows straight back, lower all the way down to the floor. Now when you get to the floor, untuck your toes, your wrists are below your elbows. We're just waking up the spine with cobra. Press into the top of the feet, tailbone to feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. One more time, cobra pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Tuck under your toes, keep breathing. Option 1, keep your knees down in the floor, that's easier. Option 2, straighten out your legs, engage your quads. Now keep the core gently engaged, keep the arms hugging in, shoulders to the heels, and with an exhalation, straighten your arms. Now straighten the legs if they weren't already, and then downward facing dog. Adjust yourself on your mat. Now this time in downward dog, bring your feet together. Send your heels down a little bit further. Keep your legs as straight as you can, as long as you can, and just slowly walk your feet up between your hands. Now when you get there, if you need your blocks, just place them next to your feet. Otherwise, hands on shins or keep your hands in the floor. Now lengthen the spine. We're going to hold this for a few breaths. Slide your shoulders towards your hips again. Reach the crown of the head away from your tailbone. Can you zip up the belly? Can you wake up your legs? Now all this length you've just created, all you need to do is bend your arms and take it into the fold. Keep your shoulders gliding back. Think of your rib cage moving down your legs. The top of your head going towards the top of your feet. Now with the breath, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, and take the length into the fold. This time, halfway lift, move the blocks to the sides if they were there, and then hands on hips as you exhale. Press into the feet, reach the crown away from the tail as you lift all the way up to stand. Then reach your arms down by your sides, Tadasana. Now even here in Tadasana, the pelvis is lifting, the tailbone's moving down, the quads are engaged. So the energy's pulling up and lifting up through the spine. Let's wake up with some sun salutations. When you're ready, turn the palms face out. Inhale, lift your arms up as the tailbone keeps moving down. Palms press. Exhale, dive. Take the hands down to the floor. Fold, Uttanasana. Find the halfway lift, fingertips in the floor, blocks or hands on shins. Step your left foot back, then your right foot back. Come to plank. Now inhale to prepare a straight line. You can lower your knees if you want. Bend your arms, chaturanga. Hover your chest off the floor. Untuck the toes, rise upward dog or cobra, so you'll choose, but drive your legs back, move the heart forwards and up. Downward facing dog as you exhale, travel over your toes calmly. Straight away, press into the palms, the knuckles. Find the strength and power in your arms as they gently hug towards each other. Remember, you're lengthening your spine a lot, so drive it back, but reach the crown forwards to the space between your hands. You're also stretching the back of your legs, so let the heels go down as far as they want to go. Bring your feet together, the back of the mat, maybe the heels go down a little more. Now keep the legs as straight as you can, as long as you can. Palms as flat as you can, and walk your feet up between your hands. Now when you get there, find that halfway lift, lengthen, use the blocks if you need to, and then fold. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Tailbone down, rib cage in, arms strong, palms press. Hands to your heart. It can come down the center or circle there. Samastitihi. Take another breath in. Tadasana, mountain pose, breathing out. Let's go again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, dive, take the hands down to the floor. Find a halfway lift, inhale. Step the right foot back, then the left foot back. Come to plank. Now inhale to prepare. Chaturanga. Exhale, bend your arms and hover. Untuck the toes. Rise in upward dog or stay with cobra if you need to for your spine. Downward facing dog. Travel back over your toes. Press into your hands. Keep driving your hips back. Remember, the work in downward dog never stops. You're always grounding, pressing through the palms. You're strengthening through your arms. You're wrapping the triceps back, you're hugging the arms in. You're driving your hips way back to lengthen your spine. You're lifting the rib cage gently in, the belly in. You're sending your heels down, maybe the kneecaps lifting. Stretching the backs of your legs. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat again. Try to melt your heels down a bit more. And then keep the legs as straight as you can, the palms as flat as you can. Walk your feet up between your hands. One day you won't need to lift your palms and the toes land in the same line as your fingers. Find that halfway lift and then fold, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, tailbone down, pelvis up, energy up, palms press. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Take another breath in. Tadasana, exhale, arms by the sides. Now slightly different. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor. Now everyone find a halfway lift and get your blocks. Bring your blocks on the high setting below your shoulders. So your arms are straight, you're on the high setting of the blocks. You're going to lift your left leg up till your heel's in line with your hip. Now look at your left toes if you need to. Check that the toes are all pointed down, your foot's flexed. Lift your left kneecap so the quad's engaged. Now feel with your right hand, your lower back like a table, flat. So if you need to remind your belly to lift up into the spine, do that. Return your hand on the block, slide your shoulders to your back heel, but extend the crown of the head forward. So start to awaken that long line. Maybe you notice the stretch down the back of your right leg. Now from here, take your hands just behind the blocks. You can move the blocks to the side if you want. Back foot down, and then step to plank or one-legged plank. Inhale to prepare. Chaturanga, exhale, bend your arms. Then drive the legs back, upward facing dog or cobra, back to downward facing dog. Press into your hands, drive the hips back. Lengthen your spine. Now this time you bring your feet together again, but you're going to step your feet forwards by about half a step. So just a little step forwards. Now you'll look forwards between your thumbs. Now how lightly can you jump your feet to your hands? Now emphasize the word lightly, so no sound if you can. You're going to lift your heels, bend your legs, look forwards to that space beyond your thumbs. Lightly spring your feet to your hands or just walk them there. Halfway lift, lengthen, fold, exhale. Now halfway lift again, get your hands on those blocks underneath your shoulders. Now you're going to lift your right leg up. The heel's in line with the hip, all the toes are pointed down, so this is a good spot to learn the warrior three. Left hand comes to the lower back, feel the right hip level with the left. Left hand zips into the belly, draws it up. Return your hand on the block and slide the shoulders back. Reach from the heel through to the crown. Try to make it feel alive and energetic. Then as you bend your left leg, you take your hands to the floor. You can move the blocks to the side for a little bit if you want, and then step back to plank, or you can do one-legged plank. Inhale, chaturanga, exhale. Rise, upward facing, inhale, and then back, downward facing, exhale. Now inhale, lift your right leg up as your left heel descends. Lift from your inner thigh. Lift your left heel, bring your right knee to your nose, round your spine, and then step your right foot next to your right thumb. Everyone lower your left knee, untuck your back toe, get your block between your hands, long ways again, and lift it up. Anjaneyasana with a block between your hands. So your arms are straight, lift from your hips through the side ribs again, extend from the shoulder blades. Keep lifting the block up as high as you can. Now, when you're ready to exhale, take the block down, straighten your right leg. You might need your blocks. I like to shuffle my foot forwards a bit and then flex my foot back towards my shin. So half splits. Hug the left hip into the center. Descend your outer right hip down. If you don't need the blocks, don't worry, just don't use them. Hands into the floor. Glide your torso down your right leg until you feel as if one day the crown of the head could reach towards your right foot. Now slowly rebend your right leg. Tuck under the back toes, energize the back leg, step to plank or one-legged plank, inhale, chaturanga, exhale. Then rise, upward facing dog, inhaling, downward facing dog, exhaling. Try to ground your right heel as you inhale the left leg up, try to lift from your inner thigh. Then lift your right heel as you exhale, left knee to nose. Step left foot next to the left thumb. Lower your right knee, untuck your back toe. Get your block between your hands. Crescent warrior. Lift it up. So we're using the crescent just to wake up the quad, but also just to educate the arms. Keep lifting the spine. Lifting the pelvis. And then as you exhale, take the block down, straighten your left leg. Use the blocks if you want. Flex the left foot back towards the left shin. Now hug that right hip into the center. Keep reaching and extending the crown of the head towards the left foot. Now slowly rebend your left leg. Tuck under the back toes, energize the back leg, step to plank or one-legged plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, rise, breathing in. Downward facing dog, breathing out. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat, maybe step the feet forwards about half a step. Again, we're going to lightly bring the feet to the hands. Lift your heels, keep the arms strong, spin the triceps back, try to let the feet leave the floor at the same time, and float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, lengthen, and then fold, exhale. Get your block, bend both legs, raise your arms, Utkatasana with a block. So, look down at your feet, check you can see all your toes, even the base of your little toe. Lift the pelvic bowl up again, let the energy rise up. So the arms are strong, hug the arms in, rib cage in, tailbone down. Now take one of your hands and move the block behind your back, and then the other hand will go and try to squeeze the block. One of my least favorite, but it needs to be done. So try to press your hands into the side of the block. Try to straighten your arms. Stay in the legs. Lift the chest a little. Move the tail down. Breathe. And then the other hand can take it up, back to between your hands. Utkatasana with the block. And then fold. Uttanasana. Now get both those blocks again. Find your halfway lift. The blocks will be below your shoulders. You're going to lift your left leg up. So like we did before, get the left hip level with the right. Wake up that left leg. You know your lower back's flat, the belly's in. Take your right thumb to your right hip crease. Press your outer hip back to your left heel. Return your hand on the block. Come onto your fingertips on the blocks. Extend a little bit more through the crown. Now, as you bend your right leg, float your left toes to the back of the mat. Keep a block in one hand. Place it between your hands. Your feet are about hip distance. Crescent warrior with a block. Arms strong, pelvis up. You can have a little bend in the back leg if you need to. Now when you're ready, take the block down to the floor, straighten your right leg. You can use both your blocks if you want, or the fingertips. Hug your right hip back like you just did with your thumb. Move it back to the inner left ankle. Glide your torso down your leg. So we really need to get into the hamstrings for our warrior 3. Now rebend your right leg. You're going to step the left foot forwards. Bring it next to your right. Find a halfway lift. And then fold. Find the halfway lift again. Get your hands on the blocks. Make sure they're below your shoulders. You can lift your right leg up. So heels in line with the hip. Right hip level with left hip. Keep the back leg strong. Remember, belly in. Feel that space in the kidneys. Left hand can be at lower back. Just feel it if you need to. Then take your left thumb to your outer left hip crease and move it back to your right foot. So you're driving the outer left hip back. Return your hand on the blocks. Maybe fingertips. Keep sliding the shoulders back. Find a long line. Now as you bend your left leg and float the right toes back, get a block in one of your hands. Make sure your feet are about hip distance. Lift it up. Crescent warrior. Arm strong, energy up, tailbone down. And when you're ready to exhale, take the block down. Use both your blocks if you want. Straighten out your left leg. Half splits. Remember that feeling of the outer left hip moving back. Lengthen down your left leg. Patience with the hamstrings. They take time. Start to rebend your left leg. Step the right foot forwards next to your left. Find that halfway lift and lengthen again. Fold, exhale. Now chair pose without a block. Bend both legs. Raise your arms up. See if the palms can press. Shins back, tail down. Like you're a lightning bolt. Now you'll interlace the fingers behind you. Reach your knuckles back. Open your shoulders and chest with an inhale. And then fold as you exhale, stomach on thighs, chest towards knees, head heavy. Now if you can, you straighten your legs more, you shift the weight slightly forwards. You glide your shoulders back and then you send your rib cage down your legs. Now release your hands down to the floor. Find a halfway lift. Let's get those blocks one last time on the high setting and lift your left foot. So we really understand that L shape now, the outer right hip hugging back to the left foot, the left heel driving away from the crown of the head, all the toes pointed down, left hip level with right. Now you're going to get your block again as you bend your right leg, float your left toes back, come to the crescent warrior with your block. Now this time, bend your arms and bring the block in front of your chest and squeeze it. Put your attention in that right foot. Take an inhale. Now as you shift the weight forwards on your exhale, lightly, gracefully float your left leg up. Now let's find all the actions we've learned so far. Outer left hip down level with right, toes all pointed down, belly in, rib cage in, and outer right hip back. Now, place the block down, place the left foot next to the right, halfway lift and lengthen, and then fold, exhale. Halfway lift again, bring the hands on the blocks. We'll just do this with the other side. Lift the right leg up, outer right hip down, strong back leg, left hip moving back to right heel, crown of the head extending, long lines of energy. Bend your left leg, float the right toes back, get your block, crescent with the block. Bend your arms, bring the block in front of your chest, squeeze it. Put your mind in the left foot, take an inhale. Gracefully shift the weight forwards, float your right leg up. Straight away, point all the toes down on the right foot, wrap the right hip down level with the left. Left hip moves back to right heel, belly in, rib cage in. Place your block down, your other hand down on the block, lower your right foot next to your left. Find a halfway lift, lengthen and extend, and then fold as you exhale. Inhale, reach the arms out and all the way up. Let's lengthen everything out. Hands in front of your heart as you exhale. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Okay, let's do a little bit of a flow. So Bring your hands on your hips. Toe heel your feet hip distance apart. We're going to flow to Warrior 3 on a block. It's very interesting. So lift your pelvis, lift the chest as you inhale. Now fold, take the torso down the legs as you exhale. Now you're going to place one of your blocks between your feet. Now you don't have to squeeze the block with your feet. You can have a little bit of space either side of the block. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Get the thumbs resting at the tip of your big toes. Now the weight is slightly forwards. Quads can lift if you can. Lengthen the spine like a halfway lift. Zip up the belly and then fold, pulling on your toes and bending your elbows. Now I want you to keep gliding your torso down your leg. Have the feeling that the crown of the head could touch the block. Your shoulders keep sliding back. You keep projecting your sternum and crown down. Breathe calmly. If you can, you've got the kneecaps lifted, quads engaged. Breathing in and out of the nose. Now, inhale, straighten the arms, lengthen the spine like a halfway lift. And then exhale, bring your hands on your hips. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift the head and chest, come up to stand. Now, either just hold your right knee with your right hand. You could use a strap if you need to. Otherwise, your peace fingers again, they hook around your right big toe. Now, before you do anything, just get your shoulders level, get your right hip down level with the left. And then maybe extend your right leg straight. Keep plugging the right shoulder back. Keep lifting the crown of the head up. Feel this great stretch down the back of your right leg. Now, just take your arms straight up. Biceps next to the ears, like you did when you had the block. Now, interlace the fingers behind you again. Reach your knuckles back. Lift your leg higher. Now listen carefully. Step your right foot on the block. Shift the weight into that right leg. Pick up your left foot, flex it, and then hinge, sending your left heel back. Balance on the block. Rib cage in, outer right hip to left heel. Now full Warrior 3. Release the grip. Extend the arms forwards like you've got a block. Drive the energy from the heel through the crown beyond the fingertips. Now take your hands to the floor, standing splits on a block. Lift your left leg nice and high. Big stretch down the right leg. You can maybe wrap the right arm around your right calf. Now lower your left foot down next to the block and just bend your right leg, step off the block to the side. Now turn your feet out. Let's bend both legs. Sit your bum down between your heels for a squat for a moment. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Now press your hands together towards your chest and press your arms into your legs. Now lift the crown of the head up. Now as you exhale, bow your head towards your heart. Inhale, lift up the chest, the crown of the head. Bow the head as you exhale towards your heart. One more. Bow the head. Now take your hands down. Straighten the legs as best you can. Parallel your feet. Remember, you don't have to squeeze that block between your feet. It's just there. Pick up the front of the feet, stand on the palms of your hands. So Pada Hastasana. Your toes go all the way up in line with your wrist crease one day. Now lengthen the spine like a halfway lift and pull your hands into your feet as you exhale, fold. Slide your shoulders back. Continue to glide your torso down, crown of the head reaching down towards the block. Maybe the kneecaps lift. Next, inhale. Straighten the arms, lengthen the spine. Release the hands from under the feet as you exhale, hands on your hips. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift the crown of the head, come up. Now you're going to shift the weight into your right foot. Either hold your left knee into your chest, use your strap, or peace fingers around your left big toe. Now the arms on the inside of the leg, just square your chest to start. Let your left hip be level with your right. Once you feel steady, extend your left leg. Press the big toe away from you as you keep drawing the left shoulder back. Keep lifting the crown of the head up. Good stretch down the back of the left leg. Try to keep the left leg high. Take the arms up. Biceps next to your ears. Interlace your fingers behind you, maybe the other finger on top. Reach the knuckles back. Lift the leg higher. Step your left foot on the block. Get steady on that left block. Lift your right foot, flex it. Start to hinge. Drive the right heel back away from the head. Find that T shape. Right hip level with left. Strong right leg. Rib cage in, belly in. If you can, release the interlace. Hands forwards. Full warrior 3 on a block. Slowly take your hands down. Standing splits on a block. Maybe wrap left arm behind left calf. Then float the right foot down next to the block. Bend the left leg. Just step off the block. Move the block to the side. Turn the feet out in a V. Sit your bum down again between your heels. Malasana. Press arms into legs. Inhale, broaden chest, lift crown. Bow the head down as you exhale. Inhale, broaden chest, lift crown. Bow the head down as you exhale. Just one more regrounding. And bow the head. Now take your hands behind you. Lower your bum to the floor. Okay, let's extend the legs straight. Warrior 3 is definitely not easy, especially when you're balancing on a block. Place the hands next to the hips, lengthen through the crown. Now inhale your arms up. Exhale, start to hinge forwards, forwards, forwards. Grab a hold of your shins, your strap, your feet, or your block. And start to bend the arms. So we've been working into the hamstrings a bit. You can keep lengthening and extending, taking the crown of the head to the feet. Letting this calm you. The quality of the forward fold, quite introspective, but even though you're still working and lengthening, extending. And then, when you're ready, next inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, slowly release the hands down. Now keep the feet flexed as they are, legs straight. Take your hands about a forearm distance away from your hips. Fingers face forwards, the same direction as your feet. Now keep your feet flexed. Press into the hands and heels. Lift your hips up. Keep lifting your hips up nice and high, and then point your feet down. If your feet ground down, you can extend your crown back. Keep lifting the hips. Look forwards, flex your feet. With an exhale, slowly lower back down. Now shuffle your bum forwards, place your feet down flat. You can reach your prayer forwards. You can have a block close by if you want, and then slowly come down onto your back. Just a few rounds of bridge breathing to massage your spine. Longest fingers of your hands touching your heels. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips and arms up. And then exhale, slowly release the arms and spine. Press into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips and arms up. Exhale, slowly release the arms and spine. Now you can keep going with this, or if you want, you can get your block, place it under your sacrum, just above your tailbone. Supported bridge or bridge breathing. pressing into the feet, driving the heels a little bit towards the shoulders. A couple more breaths. If you're on the block, you'll press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up, move the block, and then everyone roll the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, till the tailbone touches last. Feet wide, knees together, or feet together, knees wide. Left hand on the heart, right hand on your belly. Let your spine settle. Let everything relax for a moment. Now just separate the knees, or just bring your knees together now. Hug your knees into your chest. Now you're going to have some options. Keep hugging your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg straight, flex your left foot. Now maybe, just maybe, grab your right big toe with your peace fingers again. Try to straighten out your right leg and just plug that right shoulder down. Now think of your right hip moving towards that left flexed foot. So you got that stretch in the back of your right leg. Supta Padangustasana. Now if you straightened out your leg, you're just going to rebend it. Everyone take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and take your right arm out to the right. Take a twist just by dropping your right leg over to the left. Now breathe from the right hip, lower ribs, side ribs, upper chest. Nice calming breaths. Slowly bring everything back to center. Hug both knees in. We'll just do all this with the other side. So you're going to extend either now your right leg straight, foot flexed, and either keep your left leg bent or grab your left big toe with your peace fingers. Try to work towards straightening your left leg and press your left shoulder back down into the floor. Now your outer left hip is moving down towards your right foot. Finding that L shape that we've been working with so much through our practice. Now if you straightened out that left leg, you can start to bend it. Take your right hand to your left knee, everyone. Left arm out to the left, and then when you're ready to exhale, drop your left knee over towards the right. Breathe into that whole left side from left hip, lower ribs, upper ribs, chest, wherever you feel the stretch. Then when you're ready, bring everything back to center. You can hug your knees in, give it a little squeeze. Maybe a happy baby reaching up and holding the shins or the outsides of your feet. Pull down on the feet, trying to take the knees to the outer ribs. You can gently rock from side to side. You can make any last movements. And you'll head to Savasana when you're ready, everyone, driving the heels away from the crown of your head. Let everything relax into the floor. Take a moment just to settle. Letting go of control of your breath. Allowing your body to rest and relax. Feel the shoulders move towards your feet, the crown of the head away from your feet. Notice what we just cultivated through our practice, all this space in the back of the legs. Maybe the power in your legs from balancing on one foot. Let it all soak in. Nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, but absorb the prana, the energy, the information from your practice. Savasana. You can just feel free to stay as long as you want in your Savasana. And as you felt ready, you just start to bring movement back to toes, fingers, ankles, wrists, maybe taking big stretch. Bend one of your legs and roll to your side. And then keeping the eyes closed and keeping this state of calm, of peace. Slowly make your way to a seated position. Feel free to sit on one of your blocks if you need to. Once you've found your seat, slowly gather your hands together in front of your heart. Bring all that energy, that presence to focus, to center. Let the shoulders slide down, the crown of the head lift up, and acknowledge the effort you made to step on your mat, just to move, just to breathe, just to fine-tune your warrior three. Remember, the practice takes a while. It's not really a perfect, is it? It's called a practice for a reason, so we just keep fine-tuning the details. Let it evolve as it's meant to. As always, honor your effort. Bow your head to your heart. We honor each other. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for our journey together today. I will see you on your mat again soon.